Hey guys, it's Laura. Welcome to my story. So, today is the longer awaited review of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Um, I'll admit it took me a couple of weeks to read it because one, I'm an adult, I do adult things. Two, I read a lot on my phone more than I do actual books these days. The last couple of years, actually. So, I do. I'm. It's gotten sadly to where I'm a little bit of a slow reader when it comes to books, and I hate saying that because I used to have a very good record of flying through books. So, and because I wanted to make sure that I read it thoroughly to be able to do this review. So, oh, 1 second, my husband is asleep. I want to shut the door. It is late at night. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it is late. What time is it? It's 3:57 in the morning. I've been busy the last couple of weeks, and I literally just finished the book. I also have bug bites all over my legs. I went hiking, and they really itch. I also got stung on the back by a freaking wasp. So while I was driving, so that's fun. Anywho, so I just finished this. I actually just finished watching this movie as well, Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief on Disney Plus. So I might do a little review on that at the end of this video. And like I said in a past video, I now have the entire Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, along with the first two of the second series, the Heroes of Olympus, I think it's called. Yes. So this is going to be a long series. It's going to be a drawn out series, but it's going to be a long series. So, and I'm going to give myself, because I do have 2 weeks between review videos, it'll be easier for me. So, also, if you remember from a past video, I told you about this book. This is a reading journal. It says so many books, so little time on the front. This is primarily my book for review books. I don't know how many books I'm going to go to get into it. I haven't counted them. But Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief is the first book that I have in here. See? My notes. Ignore the different writing. I wrote that 2 different times. Like I said, this Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief, said about multiple times. It's by Rick Riordan. It is published by Disney Hyperion. It was written in 2005. It has 300. How many pages does it have? 375 pages. It is, of course, of the fantasy genre. It was a print book. It is of a series. I started this on the 11th of June. I literally finished it at I think almost midnight. No, I think about 1 o'clock this morning at June 26th, 626. Happy Stitch Day. This thing has a thing for overall review and comments. My overall review is that it's extremely well written. This is a very well written book. With incredible characters you can relate to. Situations, if you try to, you can relate to them. Mr. Riordan invites you into a world where it's kind of like the Harry Potter series. It invites you into a world where, like, I want to go there. I want to be a demigod. I want to find out my godly parent. I want to go to Camp Half-Blood. Like, I want to be Percy's friend. He's awesome. And then it's also written as if Percy himself is writing it. If you read the first few lines in this book on the first chapter, called I Accidentally Vaporized My Algebra Teacher, which, okay, can I just say that these title chapters, legitimately, these title chapters, They're so good. I love them. They're hilarious. Anyway, like it literally says, if you're reading this because you think you might be a half blood, literally, it's written like, hey, Percy is telling his own story, his own legend. It's in first isn't it? Yeah, it's in first person. So it's like Percy is telling his own story. And I love those because those types of books drag you into that world. And this one did. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm yawning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm so sorry. And this is going up at 3 p.m. So I'm sleepy. Ignore me. I'm sorry. Also, I am female. Hear me roar. I have a bra strap. It also has little questions and then favorite quotes and all that. It's got a few other questions I didn't answer just because I'm like, I'm not going to talk about those. It's like, what did you learn from this book? How did your reading environment affect your experience with the book? What parts were relatable to you? Blah, 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 blah. What parts were relatable to you on a personal level? Can you take anything from the book to apply to your life going forward? Can I just say, I'm a 27-year-old woman reading a YA book, and that is about a 12-year-old. I'm not gonna take anything from the book. I'm just gonna love the story behind it. Sorry, my opinion. And then it says one thing you would change about this book if you were the author. To be honest, nothing. It's good. It's just a good book. Okay, and it has my favorite character, and why they're my favorite, and because I haven't read this other books. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, real quick. I read a crap ton of fan fiction. I go to fanfiction.net or the app on my phone, and I read a lot of fan fiction. Okay, I'll admit, I did see the movie first. I saw it when it came out, and at the time I loved it. I thought it was a good movie. But then I started reading fan fiction, and one of the types of fan fiction that I've read with Percy Jackson is characters reading the stories. It's basically where they take scenarios where the characters themselves read the stories. That is where I read the first book. I will be honest on that. The first book I read was through that. And that's how I got hooked on it. So, and I've read parts of the others. But that is how I got hooked on it. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. I will leave a link to fanfiction.net to my favorite fanfiction if I can find it on the computer. Because like I said, I read it on my phone all the time. I will leave a link to that in the description. So that is how I read this first book. I will admit it. I've read it with the book, with the actual book, and I read it. Again, it's 4:05. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I read it that way. Okay? So, I'm sorry. Okay? So, like I said, I just wanted to get that out of the way so you know, and I'm not lying to you. I've read it, and I've read it. I've read the book, and I've read the fanfiction. I just want to get that out there. Now, the second book, Sea of Monsters, I will be reading this one. From cover to cover, I will read it out of the book. I promise. Anyway, my favorite character from The Lightning Thief is Percy. Mia, stop it. It's Percy. It's gotta be Percy. He's so relatable, even though I am not a 12-year-old boy. I know. I'm sorry. And you basically learn the world with him through him. You're seeing what he's thinking, what he thinks about his friends, what he thinks about the situations, okay? In reference to that, one of my favorite quotes from this book, because this thing does have a favorite quotes page, or quotes to note page. one of my favorites is literally I said hello to the poodle on page 195. Spoiler alert. I'm going to go ahead and get that out there. Spoiler alert. Okay, so also another quote, and this is when, again, spoilers. If you haven't read it, why are you watching this video? Duh. Okay. Anyway, it's on page 186 to 187. It's the bottom part of 186 and the top part of 187. He has written out the tab to Olympus. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Okay. He's written out the address to Olympus. The gods, Mount Olympus, 600th floor, Empire State Building, New York, New York. With best wishes, Percy Jackson. Okay, and this is literally right after. And it is paraphrased a little bit because there is a little bit of line in there. It's literally, they're not going to like that, Grover warned. They'll think you're impertinent. The next 3 words that Percy Jackson says in this book on 187 is, I am impertinent. I said, okay? He's sassy as hell. And it's so funny. I love it. And I honestly cannot wait to see if that sass continues in the next books. Like, seriously, look over here. I've got all these books over here about this kid. And honestly, I can't wait to see if the sass continues. It's so good. Reardon, whatever his name is, Mr. Reardon did an incredible job on Percy Jackson, okay? My least favorite character, and I have multiple reasons for this, is Luke. Okay? Yeah, he is described as a very handsome young man with a scar. Okay, fine. Yes, I'll agree that it's good looking. But, okay. He betrayed his friends. I don't do betrayal. I don't do that. No, I can't. I don't like it. Because he hates his father and their other gods. Because of the way they run everything. Okay? In the end, he believed Cronus' lies. Cronus told him so many lies, and he believed them. I'm sorry? What? No. Also, he tries to kill my favorite character with a freaking pit scorpion at the end of the book. No. Bad, Luke. Bad. No. I don't like it. Meh. I'm acting like a 5-year-old instead of a 27-year-old. I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. It also has a favorite part of the book. And my favorite part of the book is Percy's fight with Ares. Again, spoilers. If you haven't read the book, why are you watching this? Just gonna say that. Why are you watching this if you haven't read the book? Okay, anyway. You see how good of a swordsman Percy is. Also, you get to see some of the sassiest parts of Percy in this little fight. Oh, excuse me. Dr. Pepper? Yeti. Captain America? Thanos. I thought it was appropriate. I need a little Iron Man put on there. I really do. Okay, anyway. Okay. Back to Percy Jackson. So, yeah, like, what? Okay, and because of this, I actually have a favorite quote. My favorite quote from that little scene is Ares putting the curse on Perseus. A curse that I believe follows him throughout the rest of the series. It's like, this is gonna haunt him for the next, how many books is it? 1, 2, 3, 4? Next 4 books? Yeah. Sea of Monsters, Titan's Curse, Battle of the Labyrinth, and the Last Olympian. So, yeah. I like it. Okay? And actually, my favorite quote is the curse. So let me read it out to you. You have made an enemy, godling, he told me. You have sealed your fate. Every time you raise your blade in battle, Every time you hope for success, you will feel my curse. Beware, Percys Jackson, beware. That is page 31 if you want to look it up. So, okay, that's awesome. It's terrifying when you think about your favorite character is going to feel hopeless, but at the same time, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's really cool. I'm weird. I'm sorry. I like the weird parts of the book. I'm sorry. It's really good. Okay. Another good part of the book is the prophecy. Percy's prophecy for this book. Okay. From what I understand, there's a prophecy that goes out throughout the entire book, the entire series for Percy. This one is not that one. Just gonna say that. I actually wrote it out, and I wrote out what it pertains to. He says this in the book, but I just wanted to do this for myself. I'm a weirdo, okay? I'm sorry. But it's basically the breakdown of that prophecy. The first part of it is, you shall go west and face the god who has turned. They originally think it's Hades, but then it turns out to be Ares. Okay? So, and that's where that fight comes from. So I really like that. And then it's, you shall find what was stolen and see it safely returned. This is obviously about Zeus's bolt. Literally, it's the name of the book, The Lightning Thief. Okay, The Lightning Thief, Zeus's bolt. But you find out later that it's also about Hades' helm, which was stolen at the same time. Okay? Percy hand delivers the bolt back to Zeus. And the Furies, who Percy has given the helm to, returns the helm to Hades. So, they're returned, they are found, they are returned. If I remember correctly, Luke stole those items because Kronos wanted to start a war between the big three. Who would be blamed if the Zeus's bolt and Hades' helm was stolen? Poseidon. So who has to fix it? Poseidon's son. Meh. Okay. The next part is, you shall be betrayed by one who calls you friend. This one you don't find out until the end of the book. Like literally the last chapter. Or second to last chapter. One of the two. Because Luke tells Percy everything. He tells him what happens. He tells him the truth. And that's also when he gets the pit scorpion to poison him. So yeah. Like, Rick Riordan is good at putting the climax when there's one chapter left. Like, what? It literally has him blacking out at the end of the next to last chapter. And you're like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Turn the page to make sure he's okay in the very last chapter of the book. And then it seems such an ominous cliffhanger at the end. It's like, oh god, what's going to happen in the next one? Riordan's good at that, okay? And like I said, I haven't even finished the first book. I just finished the first book. What are you doing? Mia wants to say hi. I apologize. Oh, come here. Watch out for the light. Okay, and the last one is, you shall fail to save what matters most in the end. That is talking about his mother, because he literally, his father only gives him 3 pearls. One for him, one for Annabeth, and one for Grover. His mother volunteers to stay behind so that they can escape Hades. But then, thankfully, Hades keeps his deal. After he gets his helm, sends her home. Right? He sent her home. He sent her home. That's the end of a good book. So, I thought it was really good. Now, the movie, however, like I said, I watched this movie years ago when it first came out, the first couple years after it came out. And I thought it was really good. It was the first time I'd ever seen it. Like, I'd heard of the books, but I hadn't read them and all that. Okay? Yes. But the, now that I've read the book, I was actually finishing the book as I watched the movie. The discrepancies in that is so weird. One of the fact that Percy, Annabeth, and Grover are teenagers, not preteens. Another, Chiron's not even as cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Pierce Brosnan, but no. Like, in the book, he seems kind of cool. In the movie, he seems kind of straight laced. Something's jabbed up his nyeh. Okay, you want to get down? Are you comfy? Are you comfy? So, it's just, okay, you want to get down. Okay. There you go. Watch out for the light. No, move. Don't hit the light. Okay, so, oh, careful. One of the main features that they talk about with Percy is the green eyes. It might be like Harry Potter and Daniel Radcliffe was allergic to the contacts, but I don't think it was, because Logan Lerman's eyes in this movie are unnaturally blue. No, he has sea green eyes in the book. And then, I'm sorry, Annabeth is a blonde, not a dark as me brunette. Okay, no. Like, what? No. So that's annoying. 418. Don't judge me. So it's just, and they leave parts out, and it's just, the movie upsets me. Okay, it's got good book. It's a good movie, but it upsets me. But I will be happy because, from what I understand, the reason Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief, is on Disney Plus is because they are fixing to do a Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus. Can I just say I'm so excited for that? Like, I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be good. Because Rick Riordan himself, okay, I've watched this little video. Rick Riordan himself has said that it is going to be by the book. Do you know how many series there are that I wish they would do this? And the fact that it's going to be this series that they're doing it with first. What? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So very excited. Okay. And like I said, I've been doing Greek mythology for the Reading a Story series. I've done Greek mythology, I think, for the past 3 weeks, I think. Well, I'm still gonna be doing it for Percy Jackson series, but like I said, I'm going to break it up on how I do this because it is such a long series. Like I'm doing with the Harry Potter, I'm breaking it up. This one will not probably come out until mid-July. I'm not gonna put a date on it, but it's not gonna come out until about mid-July. It will not be the next review video, I'll tell you that now. The next review video will probably be Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for this reading time next week, but I'm working on it. So, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to share it, go for it. If you want to subscribe to know when I next put up my video, go for it. I put up a reading a story, it's either mythology, it's either a fairy tale or a folk tale or something like that. Every Tuesday at 3 p.m. I do a review video like this one every other Friday at 3 p.m. So if y'all guys want to know be notified when that goes up, just comment, subscribe, like. 4:21. I'm giving you updates on what time it is. That's why I'm yawning. So give it a like. I also have a subscription page, Laura Lee Books TV, and a Facebook page, Laura Lee Books. And I have a TikTok, Laura Lee Books, again, that I'm going to start uploading on twice a week? Once? I don't know how many times. But I'm going to start uploading on it for my YouTube page. So I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're being kind to each other. And I hope your story is unfolding the way you want it to. Bye, guys.